Hello and welcome to Hey York, where our international students share their stories and experiences of life in the UK. I'm Naveen, a fourth year student of genetics from India, and your host for today. And in this episode, we'll be chatting about all things clearing. But wait, what is clearing? Clearing is a great way for you to apply to a place at university a bit later in the year. Universities will advertise any remaining places on their courses online during the clearing period. Today I'm joined by Grace and Avneet. So why don't you all introduce yourself to our audiences?
Hi, I'm Avneet. I'm from Kenya and I do law.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm from South Korea and I'm studying business of the creative industries.
Oh, that's perfect. And today, I'm sure our audience would love to hear a bit more about clearing. So let's jump straight in. Why did you choose to apply to York through clearing? Grace.
Because I got higher results than my predict grade, so I was searching for the universities who have the clearing options, and I found our course had a clearing, so I applied through it.
What about you, Avneet?
Yeah, so mine's the opposite. I didn't make it for my firm or my insurance choices, and that meant that I had to look to other universities. And York was one of the best universities, and my course especially does a PBL, a problem-based learning system, which I found really, really good for my learning and and it worked out pretty well.
Well, that's perfect. See, clearing really opens up quite a lot of options for a lot of people who are looking for courses a bit later in the year. And well, from your personal experiences, how could a student prepare for clearing?
So I think that you just need to be prepared for anything, right? You need to start your research as soon as you get your grades and you know that you're not going to make it. And you need to know what sort of course that you want to go into, because obviously all these universities offer different courses. It might be the same area, but they might be like law and criminology, for example. I do law. So you just need to keep your options open, keep an open mind. Don't let the grades disappoint you, for example. And you just need to get on it. Yeah.
Perfect. Grace.
And if you have the interviews for your course, I think you can do some research for it and some preparation for the clearing day, like how to apply and where to find the resources about the clearing.
Yeah, that's perfect. And Grace, what was your experience in the clearing process like? How did you experience it? Could you walk us through it?
I thought it would be a bit stressful, but actually my clearing process really went smooth. I just called the international hotline number to them, and they asked for my grades, my UCAS number, and my English requirements, and then they turned over me to the interview for my department.
And Avneet, did you also have a similar experience?
Yeah. So I used an agent. So that meant that my clearing process was quite quick. It was very not stressful for me. By the end of the day that I'd applied for it, I already had an offer from York. And so the same thing, I just had to be I had to ask for my UCAS number, my grades, and it was all good by the end of the day. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm really glad that it's very flexible, that you can do it on your own if you'd like, or you could go through it through an agent. And what happens after you receive a clearing offer? So, Avneet, what happened? What were the protocols that you need to do after they give you an offer for this?
Yeah, so you just need to give your GCSE grades, you need to give your A-level grades, and then you have to send them a confirmation of your English grades. And then you have to obviously accept the offer on UCAS for them to then give you an official and formal offer that you can obviously show on your visas, for example. So, yeah.
And Grace, did you have to do the same thing?
Yes, but I just need to accept the offer from UCAS, and the clearing team sent me some information about the University of York and how to set up my account, like IT accounts and that kind of stuff.
Perfect. That sounds incredibly simple to me. And with regards to like English tests and stuff like that, could you walk us through that, Avneet?
Yeah, sure. So I did international GCSE English and English literature. And the requirement for the university is to confirm whether the grade that you got is the grade that you got. So I just had to send them a transcript of my English grades, and that was simple.
Perfect. That sounds very simple. So, what tips? All right, let's take three tips from each of y'all. What three tips could you give to students who are currently thinking of applying to York or any other university through clearing? We'll start with you, Grace.
First of all, don't be really stressed and be nervous, because Actually, clearing will be really quick and smooth. And secondly, be prepared for your grades and informations you need to provide and some interviews if you have one. And lastly, just apply through clearing if you really need to and do not really think in a deep way.
Yes.
Perfect. And what would you say, Avneet?
I completely agree with Grace. And I also would add that you just need to do your research. Keep all of your options open, like I've said before. You'd never know what's going to happen. And like me, I didn't really expect to come to York. If you told me a year ago that I'm going to be in York, I'm going to laugh in your face. But obviously, now that I'm here, it's the greatest thing I could have ever asked for. Honestly, I'm so happy that I didn't make my grades. So, yeah.
And with that, just wanted to ask y'all, what's your favorite memory of York? Now that y'all are both in York, what's your favorite memory of being at the University of York? We'll start with Grace.
The thing that I made a lot of friends, which is international and also home students. And I like York because they have a lot of cafes in the city. And it's one of my hobbies to stick around the cafe that I haven't been to.
No, I completely agree with you. I've been to almost every week I go to a new cafe. It's so fascinating. What about you, Avneet? What's your favorite part of York?
Yeah, so I recently went on a trip to Saltburn with Surf Society. I did not know there was a Surf Society, so that was really fun to explore. And my friend and I, we went there and she surfed. I'm not that adventurous, but it was good. We were by the ocean, we were eating fish and chips. It was just a really, really fun day overall.
Well, and that's all for today. Thank you everybody for listening. I hope you found all this information helpful. And if you ever need any more help about clearing or anything about the University of York, you can always contact our international team. Thank you.